big. Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome over here to the Googan Lab. My name is Robert. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about some flipping setups. We have really heavy duty flipping setups, and then we have like your more, your average, your go-to, literally on a go-to rod type flipping setup. So stay tuned, and this is going to be a nice, juicy, succulent video. So out the gate, I'll tell you guys a little bit about the rods real quick. So on my heavier setups with my grass and my lily pads and that kind of stuff, I'm going to be using a 7.5 muscle rod. Right here, this is with 65-pound Googan braid. I've got an 8-to-1 flipping setup. That's very important when you guys are doing this, when you guys fish around grass and lily pads, stuff like that. This is pretty much what I'm going to do. I've got it pegged right now with a 1/2 ounce, and this is a 5/0 flipping hook. You can use a 5/0 hammer hook, 5/0 flipping hook. Right now I just have tied on a 5/0 flipping hook because I'm using 5-inch lunker logs. Now with that, when I want to get in and just kind of quick, fast with like pencil reeds, the bandito bugs, the appendages will get hung up a little lot. So I'll put on a lunker log, and it's actually crazy how stupid simple this looks, but how many big fish it really does catch. So I just go through right to the bend like you normally would on a straight shank right there, up, bend it just enough, and then pull it slightly through. That is it. It's so stupid simple. I mean, it literally looks like a pen. Like, it's the most simple thing, but it'll slide in and out of cover. When you flip in that pencil reeds, it'll just slide so fast down. A lot of times I want it to go faster, so I might bump it up to an ounce weight or 3/4 ounce weight. Right now this is a 1/2 ounce. A lot of times when you guys flip it in there with a 3/4 ounce or an ounce, it'll get a reaction bite as it falls through really fast. So like 6-7 foot of water, you flip it in pencil reeds, it slides down really fast. They'll hit it on the way down. You don't even know there. You lift up and it's like, whoop. That's pretty much that. So this is like my heavy go-to cover type setup right here with grassy situations. Now when it comes to the more like logs, laydowns, more Texas style brush, I'll actually go to a shorter rod, which is kind of crazy. I'll go to the go-to. We have a go-to series. This is on the back. This is 7 foot, medium, heavy, fast. And if you guys notice on right here, it tells you exactly what's going on. It's got some muscle behind it. I love the way that we did this because it kind of helps the beginning angler like kind of pick out a rod. It's not as finessey, and see, it's got muscle and it's got pretty good, when it means reaction, it's got a good parabolic bend to it, so you can feel a lot of feeling to it. So I like it a lot. And right now this is with some 20-pound Googan Fluoro. Now I use Fluoro because when you flip braid, as I showed you before, into a tree or tree limbs or anything like that, when you flip it down in there and you go up, it's going to go, it's so loud. But with Fluoro, it doesn't do that. There's a little bit of stretch in Fluoro, not a lot. There's zero stretch in braid, so you have no give. Fluoro you can't see clearly because it's clear. In braid you can see. So in cleaner water situations where your brush and stuff are, go to Fluoro. I'll actually bump it up to 25-pound test if I am in the really thick of the thick. If I'm going back deep into cypress trees, like the really thick stuff, I'll bump it up to 25, but most of the time I can get away with 17 to 20-pound Fluoro. I'm using a 3/0 flipping hook or a 3/0 hammer hook, which is right here. You want a very stout hook when you're flipping in this stuff because a lot of times if you catch a 6 or 7 or an 8 or a 9-pounder inside one of that, they will have the ability to bend out these hooks. They will not bend out a hammer hook. There's a reason why the bend is shaped like this. It's extremely stout, and you want to hit them hard. When they bite, you set that hook real good like. Anyway, I got a green pumpkin purple tied on right now. This is my favorite color right now that Googan has. This is a Googan Baits bandito bug. This is a 4-inch. This is a 3/8 ounce. I use that a ton for anything that's between 3 foot to 8 foot. I'll use a 3/8 ounce up to a 1/2 ounce type deal. But that's pretty much that. Same kind of setup I was telling you earlier. I got an 8-to-1 flipping setup, gear ratioed reel, and that's pretty much that. The go-to rod is probably one of the best when it comes to flipping, my opinion, mainly because the shorter the rod, the easier to flip. The longer the rod, the more difficult to flip, where it has more backbone. I mean, it's just, you want to punch and flip heavy stuff like super grassy stuff with this, and when you want to get underneath the cypress trees or underneath that dock or underneath that cover that sometimes you got to do that awkward bend and kind of get it, you need a shorter rod to do that with some good backbone. That's a go-to. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy these tip videos. We got a whole bunch more coming, so make sure you subscribe. I'll catch you guys on another episode of the Googan